We're going to get started. So the first thing anyone's going to hear is Cubit saying, no. Oh. Alrighty, and suddenly I can hear myself, which tells me that I have not muted the stream. There we go. Alrighty. Well, hello and welcome to this here episode of New to the Party. I am ZX, your humble, not really humble, your fairly egotistical and solipsistic DM, and I am here today with a slightly reduced party, although I have instructions for how our missing party member would like to act based on what they think is going to happen. We'll see exactly how accurate their instructions prove to be.
Distrust and hissing.
Yeah, exactly. Before I shove that piece of gum into my mouth, though, I just want to say that this is... Oh my god, Moogs, what are you doing?
What?
You moved and your camera just zoomed into the background.
I put it on face track because I couldn't adjust it, so...
Okay, alright. So just to catch you guys up, first off, to let you know, Shakespeare player of Metzi will not be here this week as they have a theater engagement involving sword fighting, so Metzi is off playing D&D for real. It's Shakespeare related too, so super extra awesome. And if you ask real nicely later, they might possibly show you recordings, but only if you ask super, super nicely, and even then, probably the answer is no. Last game, our party ran into, all sorts of crazy trouble. They encountered a fairly large undead creature that seemed to be chained into a pocket dimension that is somehow related to the village and the goings-on there and the whole crater valley that this entire campaign takes place within. But they don't know too much, and they got out, and now the town has a gigantic beacon of light gleaming brightly from it. And they are running their way back to town to try to see what they can do to fix things. It's going to be some chaos, it's going to be some nonsense, but it's also going to be some fun. Something that we hadn't mentioned at the end of the last stream, and I apologize for not having done so. I don't really apologize, I'm not really all that sorry. You know what, you don't deserve an apology. No, I don't guarantee fun, but you guys hit level 4. Which I let them know, so they have all leveled their characters, right? Yes? Sweet.
Correct.
That face tracking is going to drive me batty, Moogs. It's fine. It's fine. Keep it. I'll get used to it. I don't like change, but I can adapt over time.
If I remain perfectly still, it's okay.
All right. Well, don't move your head in any way at all. Can you do that for an entire 3 hours?
Yeah.
Oil can. All right. So as I start shifting about, because I'm a fairly wiggly person myself, so just to go around, we're gonna introduce ourselves. By the way, I did recently realize that as lovely as this brand new overlay is, there is a slight typo which we will be fixing probably in between this game and next. Which is that the X and C in my name and Twitter handle are reversed. It should be ZEDECXZ instead of XCZ that it currently is. So if you try to find me based on what is underneath my head, you will not. So reverse the C and the X, and then you will find me, and it works just fine. So we're gonna Right, exactly. I mean, who would, honestly? So we're going to go around the group, and I would like to start with Glory. Glory, how you doing today?
Hello, Glory is doing great. You know, she just got out of talking with some banished undead god thing, and then like suddenly back on the surface. Glory's great. She has like 9 health. She's fine. She rolled really great on her health for level 4. But yeah, that's where Glory's at. Moogs, however, Moogs is melting because it's warm. So yeah. Hey.
Judges you in Texan.
I knew it. I was waiting. I'm like, oh no, the Pacific Northwesterners complaining about heat.
First off, well, wait, which part of Texas?
Pretty close to the Gulf.
Okay, it's humid there.
Oh, incredibly.
Because if you were talking like the western border of Texas, then I could still give you a hard time about it because it's not nearly so bad. But
no, I'm very close to Galveston Beach.
Oh, so okay, so
in the Gulf of Mexico.
You live in an armpit.
I do.
How's that going?
She's not there right now, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You are currently not there. Where are you? Or do we not need to know? We don't need to know.
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm going to be in that state tomorrow.
Oh, I will be too.
Yeah. We definitely still won't see each other. But I'll be in the
No.
state, which will be neato.
Amazing.
All right. And how are you doing today, Cubit?
Cubit's great. The weather here is really nice. It's like only high 80s.
I'll take that. Jeez.
No, I'm good. I'm visiting some family, and that's always nice. Got to go see the zoo in Philadelphia. And Brentley's also fine because she's not entirely sure that beacon wasn't there when we left. And the interaction that we had with the chained up creature was like too weird for her to process, so she's kind of just shrugged it off. So she's in a good place too. She leveled up. She's a little bit stronger now, and I actually was at full health for some reason. I think
I'm noticing that, like,
me, so.
Either.
So Bren's just like running with everyone because everyone else is running, but maybe doesn't feel the same sense of urgency.
So I
think
will.
That beacon was already there.
Isn't that always?
Demon Lord, I'm pretty sure that on Mondays you still work for me. Pretty sure. Think you gotta wait till Saturday to try to take me out. So
I think that's accurate.
Okay. I did want to point out, by the way, that normally, because we do milestone-based leveling, you won't typically level in the middle of like time-sensitive, urgent rushing. This time you did. In those rare occasions when you do, you guys get back up to full health. You start a new level with full resources. So that's something for you guys to be aware of. Because honestly, normally you will level when it's when it's like you've defeated the big boss and now it's calm and everything is fine and you have 3 weeks to convalesce and train up and all that. That will not always be the case. I track milestones based on sort of significant plot elements. So there may even be times where you level fairly quickly and then other times where it seems like a bit of a dry spell. That's just based on how quickly we get through content. On average, my preference is for about a level a month, but there will be some times where it will come faster and other times where it will be slower. The earlier levels will in general be a little faster. The later levels will in general take a little bit longer to get through. I also keep rough track of the total amount of XP worth of things you've killed. And if, for example, I don't want you guys to level quite that fast, what might end up happening is you, say, receive items quicker or of slightly greater value. You guys at 4th level, I've been keeping you pretty starved of cool loot. That is by design. That will not necessarily be the case in future, but as it stands right now, yeah, you guys only have one magic item that I've given you.
Really cool magic sword.
Which, by the way, I want to point out, you nearly gave away, much as I love you.
Yes, we're very generous that way.
Yes.
To the goblin.
Always thinking of others. Well, initially you were like, does the mayor want it? It was
I didn't say
he
that.
wants to write things.
I didn't say that.
All right. Finn, how you doing, buddy? Finn, you're muted.
No.
Maybe you're not intentionally muted. We cannot hear you, Finn.
5 minutes ago. It's just.
Yeah. I heard him a whole bunch.
But I see that he has the mute icon in Discord too.
Yeah.
He's been turning it on and off, but.
Here, hang on. Alright. I have unmuted him. Well, it's not a Monday without some technical difficulties.
But we love you.
Finn, nod if you can hear us. Okay. Yeah, try leaving the call, closing Discord, and then come back. And now all of our...
Off and back on again.
Yeah, exactly. Now all of our video is all screwy because I'm not going to sit here and mess with OBS portraits just to... Yep, there we go.
Yep.
How we doing?
Yep.
Hey!
Now I hear
Yep.
you.
Y'all got me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. Woo. I'm back. Finn's good.
That was a quick fix. I like it. Cool.
I
So
was
how are you
out
doing?
and back. Finn is in over his head. You know, he's an outlander, elf ranger, loner guy, and things just keep getting stranger and stranger. And so, you know, he's running toward the village, but he's not too sure what the heck he's looking at, and he's kind of tripping after that encounter with the demon lord undead god trap thing guy. That's how Finn is.
And how is Wily Hobbit?
Riley Hobbit is smashing. I am delighted to be here. Happy to play D&D. Can't wait to get started. And I miss my buddy Shakespeare.
Yeah. So I did want to point out, so for the first time I finally sort of shared the existence of this thing on my Facebook. I tend to keep my Facebook and this stuff separate, but as I've had the Facebook now for as long as I've had, any kind of social media, so a remarkably long time, I realized, more people I know and more people I know are interested in this thing are on there, so I shared it on there. In a general desire to help this thing grow, and frankly, I would like, I know that most of you guys have been doing the same, but anyone out there, if you like what you're seeing or what you have been seeing, or in general what we do, this is the first time and one of the only times that I will ask, go ahead and share it out to people. Try to help us get other people involved. I'm not usually so into self-promotion, which is why I'm keeping this short and sweet, but frankly, it would be really cool if we could get this family a little bit bigger and maybe get some other games going. And maybe if you know someone who is into the idea of D&D or role-playing and isn't sure how to get around to doing it, that is what this specific game is really designed for. So that's really, that's who we're looking to try to get into to watch. And Tozzle's here. Thank you, Tozzle.
Thank you, Tazzle.
And thank you very much for that. Yeah, that's so. Really, this is kind of what we're looking for. Is to get more people involved so that they can get into the game, and so that we can help to strengthen the community surrounding this game that we all know and love and enjoy. Okay, that's it. That's my plug. I feel uncomfortable doing that, so I'm not going to do that again for a little while. All right. So today, you guys are coming back from the swamp. I assume you're going at as close to breakneck pace as you possibly can.
Slosh, 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 slosh.
Yeah. It's definitely a sloshy slog all the way back. It takes you about 2 hours, and in that time, you can see just insanity coming from the direction of town. The weather is screwed up. There are giant storm clouds forming and letting loose torrential downpours and then almost instantly disappearing. And then it's a sunny day, and then it snows for a moment and hails, and then it rains again, and then it's a thunderstorm, and then it's gone and it's fine. And all of this happens cycle after cycle after cycle over the course of the 4 or 5 hours it takes you guys to get back to town. You see this just continuing in 15 to 20, 25 minute mega storms that just show up and then disappear. Throughout this time, there's a gigantic beam of sort of electric blue light, this column of light that is straight as an arrow, arcing right up into the sky from what you would presume to be roughly the center of the village. And every so often you can see, especially as you get closer, you can see birds flying in or near it. And as they do, they change. Every once in a while, you'll see a bird fly into it, and just a piff of what looks like magical energy and feathers as the bird just kind of disintegrates. But other times, you'll see a bird fly into it, and it will change drastically. It will grow in size and fly around in a more predatory fashion, swooping and assaulting people in the town. When you get even closer, you can hear the voices of people in the town shouting instructions and encouragement to each other. There are alarm bells ringing. The town is in emergency mode, but at this point they've spent so much time in emergency mode that they're getting better at it. So you see arrows coming from the townspeople up towards the giant birds that are swooping and attacking them. The plants, all of the plant life around the town that you knew some of was sentient, right? The living plant beings that you'd been dealing with never really went away. They just were somewhat dormant. Now they're receding, almost retreating. As you run closer to town, you realize that it's actually remarkably sparse all of a sudden. There is grass, there are trees, but very few shrubs, ivy, fungi. Most of that is not to be seen. Yeah. When you are about I'm trying to think, about a football field away from town. So this is my terrible lack of skill. I want to say football field's 100 yards, right? Oh, thank you people for helping. Right. And Cubit, who's in the same camp as me. I can tell you all about hockey. I don't know why I chose to use an analogy for a game that I don't know anything about. Actually, that's not totally true. I understand most of it. Well, whatever. Anyway, you don't need to know all the nonsense details of my lack of manliness. Regardless, lack of American style, man? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so...
Football.
Football. About 100 yards away, you are met with a large contingent of the town. Tozzle, I see you there. I see you poking at me, and you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say that a hockey rink is as long as a hockey rink needs to be to contain all the violence. That's what I'm going to say. And then you're going to correct me because you're Canadian and you know all of everything.
200 feet.
Shut up. So, that doesn't sound right.
It is.
Is it really?
I literally just Googled it.
You Googled it? Done in by the Oracle of Google. Okay. Regardless, back to the narrative. So, about 100 yards out, you come across a large contingent of the townspeople, led by Finn's two ranger boys, and I've unfortunately forgotten their names.
Joey.
Aaron and Joey.
Aaron and Joey, that's right. And they have with them a number of townsfolk, some of the children from the school, but not all of them. Yes, Throck. Yes, about a hockey rink and a half out. So they have some of the children, but not all of them. They have a number of adults, farmers, townsfolk in general, merchants, etc. And they, as they come across towards you, they say, "Oh, hey, Finn. Hey, sir, Finn Delar. Hi." And they're like running and huffing and out of breath, and everyone is covered in ash and soot and mud, and a few of them have cuts and scrapes and bruises on them, and everyone is mostly intact and relieved to see you guys.
What's happening in the village? What's going on, boys?
We don't really know. Some deep voice started rumbling and speaking, I don't know, some language we've never heard before, and then the town fell apart. There's it got cut in half. Giant frogs and other creatures started showing up. A big beam of light. The weather is insane.
Yes, we've seen it. Has anyone been injured?
Lots of people, but no one seriously that we could find. But we can't find everybody, so we don't really know.
Very well, very well. Are there any buildings left, or when you say town's been broken, smashed, what do you mean?
You kind of got to see it. It's hard to explain. The buildings are all there. They're just moved. Yeah. We're going to keep running. Like, really far.
What do you say? Should we go back to town with everyone?
Well,
Let's all calm down a moment. Just take a deep breath.
okay.
Got persuasion.
Should we try to
Trying to
get
calm
them
the
to
crowd and get them to
safety?
stop.
Say again? Say that one more time,
Shouldn't we
Finn. Finn, what did you say?
Just trying to get everybody to stop and take a deep breath. Get them to
Okay.
calm down a minute.
So let me see here. Well, roll persuasion, because they very much don't want to do that thing.
Kind of look at each other like,
Yeah, the two boys, like, out of respect, really don't want to disobey you, but the rest of the townsfolk are like, nope, let's go, bye! We saved what we can save. We'd love it if you saved the rest. We'll come back in a day or so. And they are out. They are leaving. They are not sticking around. They have, at the moment, they have had it. And are simply not willing to deal with what comes next.
did we run by any sort of clearing that would look relatively safe that we can tell them to go to?
Yes. Most of the area around you is remarkably clear right now. So, I mean, yes is the answer. How far back?
It's a good idea if you all just wait here.
This
Yeah,
isn't
we'll
far
pass one
enough.
another.
This isn't far enough.
Yeah, they're gonna keep going, so.
Just stick
Boys.
together.
Yeah.
Boys,
Stay
Aaron and Joey,
together.
keep them together.
Do not go into the swamp, please.
Okay, Finn. Okay, Glory. Well, bye. And they all run away.
And We wave and we're like, okay.
Have a good run.
It's about 35, 40 people out of a town population of like 100-ish. And they're just out. They're unwilling to deal with it. Keep in mind too, and especially for those of you who are in the stream who maybe haven't been with us for every episode, the people in this town are trying to settle in a magically active place, and they have had to deal with just an inordinate amount of bullshit for even regular homesteaders. Constant goblin attacks and giant living plants and more goblin attacks and orcs and all sorts of nonsense, on top of a frankly fairly frightening trip just to even get this far. So at this point, a lot of them are at their wits' end. Their mayor was nearly assassinated not too long ago. It's just not been great. Wiley, I can still hear you, I'm pretty sure. I heard you typing, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it no longer worth it?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I think a lot of them are sort
me
of
too.
considering.
We should go off to town and then see what's about.
And everything.
Yeah. Let's proceed. Keep running.
Yeah, Cupid, we're kind of losing you a little bit. Alright, so you guys head over to town. We'll keep moving. Hopefully Cubit will catch up with us stream-wise. So you make it back to town, and I will go ahead and show you. Metzi is with you and is remarkably quiet, and under his breath, you can hear him every so often saying something like, "The children had better be okay."
That sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you should now be seeing what I'm seeing. Now I'm actually going to move
seeing
you.
what I'm seeing?
Huh.
So you're actually coming in from. Sorry, I've moved you again. You're coming in from the southwest corner of the town. And this is what you see.
Did we build walls?
Yes, you did build walls. You had asked for walls to be built. The walls finally got built.
Good. Good.
So there are walls. But as you can see, the town's... It has been split, but it's been split as if... say you cut a sandwich in half and pulled the two halves apart. That middle part just got filled in with more land, apparently.
Okay.
But it's messed up. It's just a deep, cracking ravine that leads to... You're not sure at this point. You'd have to take a closer look. The town itself seems relatively calm. There are very few people, or rather, there are no people on the streets at this point. The alarm bells are still ringing, but that's because it seems like a couple of people are, at least a few people are in the town hall.
No one on the streets.
Is there any sign of the mayor?
So, yes. Well, sort of. No, from where you currently are. You'll need to go closer in to see. Metzi looks at the rest of you and says, "I'm going to go check on the children. That's what I'm going to do. Bye." And Metzi leaves to go into the school.
Sure.
It's not the school.
Isn't it? Which one's the school?
The school's up here.
Oh, the school's the one right next to the... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Metzi leaves to go to the school. Wherever the
Okay.
school is, Metzi gets there, and Metzi is there, and Metzi will not be with us. Metzi is defending the school. Every so often, you will see a blast of light and energy come from that direction, and hear Metzi shout something like, "Get away from the children!" And then nothing for a little while.
Sounds right.
And that is where Metzi is. for the rest of you, and so in that case, then I'm also going to. Well, I'll move Metzi's token up into the corner just in case. All right. So you guys, I'm not going to put you into rounds yet. Although I would like for you all to roll initiative so that when we do go into rounds, you already have it.
That was fast.
Need our tokens on there.
They're like in the lower left.
See it.
Sparrow.
Man, my initiative rolls are so delightful.
At least it's better than mine.
Tis indeed.
Yeah, that was actually the first thing I was like, oh, Sparrow, but giant.
I know. Sparrow is the name of my best friend, like in real life, and so I saw Sparrow pop up, and I was like, "Wait, I can't fight them."
Well,
yes, I can.
I'm afraid you're going to have to find some way to do it.
Oh no, I can. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Fight you, but giant.
As you guys run up onto the town, Brick, by the way, has been becoming increasingly distraught by what all he's seeing. Finn, your hound, Thalion, is hewing much closer to you than normal, and while not whimpering, is definitely not happy. His ears are largely down. His tail is not at all wagging. His body language in general suggests that he is caught between being afraid and being just intensely cautious. He is pensive. Mm-hmm. He is concerned. He is potentially violent. Brick, coming towards town, and from where you are currently, simply shouts, "My flowers!" And he starts running in towards the middle of town. As he is upset because he doesn't know what is going on with his flowers. Finn, I'm going to move you back just a little bit, because we haven't discussed exactly what we're doing. Leech is, Leech is stuck on Brick's back. So, when Brick starts running, Leech's response is to go, "Whoa! Whoa, boy! Hang on! Whoa, slow down! Ah!" And he's pulled along.
Okay, bye.
So, yes, so it's you three on the outside of town now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go around the group and ask you what you want to do. And then all of those things will probably happen roughly simultaneously, okay? So, Finn, what would you like to do at this moment?
So, what do I see the birds doing?
So the birds are circling. They're seeking out food, which, they are clearly... I know that the icons make them look like eagles, but they're actually just gigantic goddamn sparrows. So typically they'd be looking for bugs or worms or spare bread or whatever they can get, right?
Yeah.
But being the size they are, and they seem to have noticed the size they are, they're looking for other stuff.
Like people.
Maybe. Probably. Yeah.
I want to advance up to the west side of town and watch the birds. And if I see any, I'm going to have an arrow drawn. And if I see any attempt to attack a living thing inside of the village, I'm going to shoot an arrow into one of those birds.
Okay. All right, so hang on with your movement, but that's what you would like to do, Glory?
I want to check on the people, make sure they're okay. So from here, first I'll check the merchant building, see who's in there. Just go from building to building, check, make sure people are hunky-dory and buckled down, not in any immediate danger or injured or anything.
Okay. And roughly what part of town are you looking to head towards?
Eventually making my way towards the center building, at least around it. Do we see that big gap ravine thing, right?
Oh yeah. You can
Okay.
you can all see that. By the way, the weather currently is clear, but you can see clouds beginning to form again. And from what you saw on your way over here, you know that it does not take very long for something to start happening.
Did we notice any pattern to the weather, or was it completely random?
It seems completely random.
Cool.
And then Cubit, Brenly, rather, what are you doing? What would you like to do?
My first gut instinct was to like dash after Brick and Leech and like kind of keep an eye on them and keep them safe.
Okay.
Makes
I'm with
sense.
them.
All right. So everyone has. I'll give all of you 10 squares of movement. Place yourselves wherever you want to be.
Okay.
We can get there.
Okay.
And standing there, do I see the rest of that?
Yes.
Okay. So what's that?
So what you guys see in the center of town looks like a giant fountain with clawed fingers, 4 of them, holding it into the earth. It is raised up about 3 feet off the ground on a giant, thick marble pedestal. And that is what the light is emanating from. That fountain was not there when you left. The light was not there when you left. It is surrounded by giant frogs. Or I think giant toads, actually. Yep, giant toads. And if you could everybody make I'm trying to think what this would be. I think an intelligence check with advantage is what it would be.
In case anyone was not super aware, Brenly's intelligence is not high.
None of yours is, it would seem.
Certainly not a rules.
Both of my rolls? Really? I love it.
And now so many of the so many of the actions we've taken over the last little while make so much more sense. Looking at the
Like the camera
intelligence.
zooms my face like that's new.
All right.
So I got a 19.
Yep. So you remember, Brenly, that one of the kids at the school had been raising a small box full of tiny toads that they had found near a creek.
Probably Sticky Ricky.
Probably Sticky Ricky.
Probably Sticky Ricky.
And he had been raising them and growing them and feeding them, and he enjoyed feeding them, flies and worms and things in front of the girls and making the girls, shriek and make terrible noises. Yeah. Except for a few of the girls, Lily in particular, who were fascinated and not at all grossed out, which actually seemed to annoy Ricky to no end.
Good.
And yeah, you don't know exactly how many toads he had, but that seems like about
Probably
the right
this
amount.
many.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. I wouldn't know any of the kids, so.
So, you also see Lord Elswick, who is currently elevated about 6 feet off the ground, arms at his sides, and is being slowly pulled in towards the beam of light.
Wait, that token is Elswick?
Yeah.
Yes, for
It
now it
looks
is
like-
Elswick.
It looks
Okay.
like Liliana from Dragon Age.
It looks
That's
like
who I saw too.
all sorts of things. It's a generic commoner token. It happens even to be a woman. But I, for some reason, have neglected to make a proper Elswick token. And so that's what we've got. And then finally, what you hear...
Your sacrifice has been accepted, Elswick, mayor of this town. Your essence will free me!
I don't like that.
Can you stop doing that? You're scaring my wood elf.
Glory sighs and says, "Not this shit again."
Man.
So, that's what's happening. What do you
Excellent. So my whole conveying of the information that those potentially are Sticky Ricky's frogs is just to like point at the frogs and just say Sticky Ricky, and that's it.
do? Okay.
Sticky Ricky!
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell, put him down! You foul denizen of whatever you are!
All right. Gloria, what are you doing?
100 feet away.
Did we take off running yet?
That's what I got.
So, again, just like before, what do you guys want to do? So
I want to
Finn,
book it to Elswick.
I'm gonna book it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn's first, sorry.
okay. So Finn, you want
I think-
to?
I want to make a straight shot for
Okay.
Elswick.
I think that's all three of us at this point. Like, shit.
All right.
Yeah.
So everyone gets. At this point, we're going to be in proper rounds then. So take your move as you would like to take your move. Remember, you
So,
can.
move speed.
Yeah, you can go your move speed, which is those are 5-foot squares. But if you would like, remember you can also double move. And then Brick is definitely going all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are, however, all going to be stopped by the ravine. So I'm going to put you on the other side of the ravine. In order to cross,
Okay.
it requires an athletics or... No, actually, no. It requires an athletic check unless you do some other thing to find your way across.
And that would actually be next
I would
round,
like-
basically.
I would like to athleticize my way across.
Okay, so in this case, we're going to start going in rounds now. The sparrows have noticed you. And they begin flying their way towards you. Boop. Boop. Boop.
Is that like what they say when they fly?
Yes.
Boop.
Yes, they say boop. And this one's actually
That's
going
right.
to attempt to attack Finn. Finn looks tasty and is green like a bug.
Is he?
Bring it, bird.
20 plus 6. Okay. Giant sparrow swoops down and... I need to make contested strength. Hang on. Finn, roll your... Make a strength roll.
Just a regular strength check?
Uh-huh.
Save.
Check.
That was a check, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Sparrow picks you up in its claws.
That kind of sucks.
And takes you here. And you are actually in its claws, but if I have no good way to put you in the same space as.
Right.
But it has you in its talons and is on its way to climbing back up. So you're about 30 feet off the ground right now.
Okay.
That is the sparrows. The toads. The toads just hop around and ribbit.
Cool.
Um,
I'm down with that.
they make little bullfrog noises. Boom. Right? And then that's... Yep. Yeah, that was better. And that's about it. That's what the bullfrogs do.
Cool.
Glory, what do you do?
Is it my movement or an action to cross the ravine?
It's your turn, buddy.
Well, no. He's asking, like, does it take up his move action or his action? It will all out to take your move action.
I would like to cross the ravine.
It will also count as difficult terrain, so you have to make an athletics check, and it'll cut your move in half.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, that'll make it. So put yourself on the other side of the ravine.
There?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And is that sparrow flying or just kind of like on the ground looking at me like, hey, what are you doing?
That sparrow is flying.
Okay.
It has not yet keyed in on you.
How much movement do I have left?
None.
Okay.
Because you move 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Difficult
So that's
terrain.
15, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just going to... which one? Yeah, let's turn Wrathful Smite on. I'm just going to whisper into my weapon a little bit, and it's just going to start glowing with like a whitish, purplish fire.
Okay.
I love that.
That sounds cool. Next
Sorry,
time
I'm
you
going
hit
to
with
whisper.
a melee weapon attack, your attack deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. Ooh, neat. Okay. And if the target is a creature, must make a wisdom. Oh, okay. All right, cool. I dig.
Specifically, I'm whispering into Bren's former hammer. Thank you. Thank you.
It's yours now.
All right, so that is Glory's go. Leech. Oh, shit. Yeah, Leech goes. Leech actually just grabs around Brick's neck
Gets
and
off that ride.
yeah, yeah, Jane, stop this crazy thing. He just sort of holds on to Brick for dear life, and he is holding an action depending on how things go. Brick now needs to make a jump. Hey! So Brick and Leech make it across.
That's my boy.
And then Brick is he's out of movement. Okay. So that is Brick's go. Leech's held action trigger is not going to happen. He had something ready for in case they fell. So his turn is done as well. Finn.
Yes. Is it possible for me to make a somatic maneuver to cast a spell while I am in the grip of the talons?
Yes.
I
Yes.
have a spell in mind that takes one action. Verbal somatic.
Yeah. So
Speak with animals.
okay. So you are currently grappled. Is your status, which does not prevent you from casting spells, as far as I'm aware.
Very good. So I've put it up in chat. And I would like to cast Speak with Aminals.
Yep.
Animals.
Aminules.
There is no save. I can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the
Yeah.
duration, which is 10 minutes. The last sentence, I think, is what interests me most. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the DM's discretion.
I will. So the way I interpret that line is this: when you have Speak with Animals up, I allow you to make your Intimidate, Persuasion, or various other social-related skill checks with animals the way you would with most people.
Right. That's kind of what I was going for.
Yep.
I say, good sparrow. Lovely flying. Lovely flying indeed. If you would please, I would love it for you to set me down so that I might be able to move about. If you would do this, I would not harm you, of course.
I want to peck you. I want to peck you. I want to peck you. Ah! I want to peck you.
But I'm really, there's not much meat on my bones. I don't taste good. Normally you eat seeds and twigs, and I'm flesh.
Roll persuasion.
I just did.
Okay. Ah!
And it was good, so I don't want to roll again.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay, I won't peck you. But I want to peck you. Who should I peck?
You should peck one of the other sparrows. Look, they're trying to get the food.
Those bastards! I'll peck them!
Down. Set me down gently on the ground. Then you'll be free to go attack the other sparrows.
I'm trying to think exactly what the sparrow's concept of gentle would be. The sparrow drops you.
Okay.
I love
They're not
D&D.
Okay. Still, good
That's
move.
what- I threw that in there just to try and keep that from happening. DM.
Yeah, I gathered that, but I realized I don't know what the hell gentle is for
You
a
kinda
sparrow.
have to play a sparrow, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, so here's how this is going to go. You're going to take some falling damage.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that there is a proper calculation for falling damage, but we're not going to quite do that.
Is it
Tuck and roll, tuck and roll.
D6 for 10? D6 per 10 feet, I think.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, then I am doing it right. Yeah. Okay. So slash roll
But I think it's D1 per 10 feet, actually.
D1.
Yeah.
Yes.
D1.
You take 11 damage as you fall to the ground.
Thud. That's not bad. Could have been worse.
That could have been a lot worse. One of those is a 1, so.
Go attack the other sparrows!
Get a peck! Get a peck! I'm gonna go peck! Alright. Friendly.
That's me.
Sorry, I'm imagining the seagulls from Finding Nemo now.
Mine?
Mine?
Mine. Peck, 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 peck. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, I can. And then I wanted to try to cross the ravine.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo.
Okay.
Ouch. I rolled a
That's
1.
That's
So-
not very plus ultra of you.
That's not very plus ultra of me at all. Oh.
Not
Alright.
terribly athletic.
Here's now what you need to do.
Okay.
You need to make either. Well, it's not either. You need to make a dex save.
I'm not good at those.
Yes, you are.
No, you're not. Okay. Brenly, you are not on the board for a moment, and I'll tell you what happens to you in a little bit,
Oh
okay?
no.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, I think I just died.
No.
Giant Sparrow's
Okay.
turn. The Sparrow, and here, I'm going to mark this one with a lightning bolt. Okay, so the Sparrow that dropped Finn goes peck, 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 and starts madly pecking this one.
Well done! Keep it up, sparrow!
And they both engage in like a mad like peck fight midair, and then they both fall to the ground, and they're like hop, peck, and that's what they're doing.
I feel like Gandalf from the Trolls.
This one, let me see. He
He is
was
gonna be so pissed.
flying this direction, and so he ends up over here. You notice that another sparrow has noticed you, Finn. You don't know why, but you just happen to be in their flight path. Except for the
I
one
speak to him too, so.
that sees Glory is going to attempt to grab Glory. Slash roll 1d20. What? Okay.
What?
Glory,
I'm heavy.
you feel, yeah, I was going to say, you feel some talons brush over your armor and are unable to grab purchase of you. As the sparrow ends up over there. Hang on, I'm like trying to replicate an arc there. Okay, so it does a loop and fails to grab you. The toads. The toads are hopping. Hop, hop.
Good.
So how giant are these giant toads? Like, could we ride them, or are they like
Oh yeah.
dog-sized?
No, the giant toads are roughly people-sized. In
Excellent.
fact, their mouths are big enough that you're pretty sure that if they tried to hit you with their tongue, they could potentially swallow you whole.
That's good to know.
Glory, you've noticed that
Frog monsters.
the toads are all moving towards you.
No.
Yes. However, they don't get to you yet. Well, one of them gets towards Brick and just starts staring at him. And then, like expands its pouch to enormous size briefly. And seems to be challenging Brick. Ellswick moves one square closer to the center.
Stop.
In that fountain?
And you can see more of the energy is now beginning to hit him. He's on the border of it. And so, like, his feet and one of his arms are starting to get hit by this energy. And you can't really see what's happening to him. It looks a little bit like he's being erased, but at the same time, it seems to be charging parts of him. Like, the tips of his hair and his eyes and the tips of his ears are beginning to glow with the same color of energy that's coming through this column. Overhead, it begins to hail.
Of course it does. Why not?
Glory, what would you like to do on your turn?
Glory's going to move right there,
Okay.
and she's going to exclaim at all of those toads, "Do not croak at my boy!" And I'm going to use Conquering Presence on all them motherfucking toads.
Okay.
Mama Bear Glory,
Where?
don't
There,
you
that one.
croak at my boy.
To exude a terrifying presence, you force each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. That's going to be nearly all of them.
It is all of them. I checked.
Nice. Oh, okay, good. On a failed save, a creature becomes frightened of you for a minute. The frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. Okay, I'm going to give you an offer. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 toads. Would you like me to roll them as one whole group, in several small groups, or individually?
I don't like that. Small groups.
Small groups, okay. So...
DC 13.
DC 13? Okay.
Toads aren't wise, right?
No.
Right? I like that one.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark the ones that are afraid with that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 are fine. Alright. Ooh, 1, 2, 3 are fine, so let's do these bottom ones. It's a D20 minus 3. I mean, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, 2 of them run away.
And then that last group, they're just pissed at me in particular. It's like, oh, hey, oh.
Yeah. Ow. I just kicked my desk. Ow. Okay.
What'd your desk do to you?
Nothing. It was an unprovoked assault, and that's why I'm paying for it in the consequences.
How dare you roll a 20 in roll 20?
Right? Okay.
That's what you
Leech
get.
hops off of Brick's back. And as he does so, he goes, "Oh my god, fuck this shit! I'm out! Ah!" And then he will cast Bless on Brick and you, and he can't see Brenly. Let me double check the range of Bless, because it's possible that he can't help Finn either. Hang on. Range is 30 feet. Yeah, so he can't help Finn. So he'll bless himself, and okay. So you get a bless, and you get a bless, and you get a bless.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
Did you make sure to bless Bren? And I look back and like, Bren?
Not again.
Brick.
Please, everybody.
Brick's move is very simple. He walks right up to the toad, makes eye contact, yells, "My flowers! Where are my flowers?" And then he picks up the toad and throws it at another toad.
He's so good.
So that one hits that one and knocks that one back.
That is awesome.
And that one...
It's giant toad croquet. That's cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
So minus... Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it certainly disrupts them. And the toad that was next to him moves back one square. And that is what Brick does. And Finn, we are back to you.
Ready? So the sparrow that took a swing at Glory is swooping out here. Right?
It's that one, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I would like to move. Can I yell and move at the same time?
You can.
So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, and then I've got to hit an athletics check, right?
Yep.
Let's do that.
That is not high enough. You should make a dexterity save.
No, I got this.
Please have this.
Barely. So here's what happens. You jump, hey, and then you catch yourself barely on some rocks and roots and shit on the other side. So you're hanging off the edge of the cliff.
Okay.
So that's how that's supposed to be done.
Cliff.
Well, it's an
But
abyss,
it's still
right? It's a crack through the middle of town that goes
I
down
see. I was
to
trying
nowhere.
to jump over it. Okay.
Are you telling me I jumped 20 feet across?
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, yes.
Oh, shit.
Those that are
And
still
Bren is down
flying.
there somewhere.
Hey! What
Sorry.
are those other two sparrows got over there by that building? Looks like they've got a bunch of food they're fighting over.
The sparrow,
Do I need a persuasion again?
yes, and you're going to have to make it at disadvantage because of your current position. And generally, like, yeah, non-persuasive body language at the moment. Because you're also trying to get it to consider you as not being a Wrigley treat, which, unfortunately, that persuasion check might not have done.
Wait.
Now, you still have your regular action, which you could take to try to pull yourself up over the edge.
Yeah, because I don't guess I could probably fire a bow while yelling, trying to persuade, and hanging from the edge of an abyss.
Yeah, if you have a couple extra arms, if you had, like, 2-3 more arms, you could do it.
Perfect. Should I? Oh, I'm a 4-armed wood elf. It's a very rare strain of wood elves with 2 extra arms. Do you want an athletics check for that, or strength?
Athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better.
There we go.
Not with advantage, but your first one's 20, so you're fine.
Actually, I rolled with disadvantage.
Oh, you rolled with disadvantage. I see.
I still had my toggle running.
Regardless, in this particular case, it was just a straight roll, because that's literally what this is for. So you are fine, and you roll yourself 5 feet forward. You are now prone, but safe.
Very good.
Okay.
Let's end the turn.
Brenly.
That's me.
Where are you?
I wish I knew.
Okay, so hang on. First, we need to roll some damage. So you fall. Actually, right now you're just falling. You haven't
Still
taken any
falling.
damage. So you are falling. You fall at a pretty good rate. You're fairly certain that if you aren't at terminal velocity yet, you're probably going to be there pretty soon. You notice that you are seeing all of the strata of this world, which, seeing as how it's ass dark, isn't as interesting as maybe you'd like it to be. I'm trying to remember, you don't have dark vision, do you?
No, I'm human. I see nothing.
Okay. So you actually aren't even seeing the strata. You have a sensation that you are falling, and you don't know when that's going to stop. You fall, and you fall, and you fall, and it's dark, and then you look what you think is down, because you're pretty sure up is where the hail is coming from, that some has managed to hit you.
That's just rude.
But down, you begin to see a familiar blue glow, beginning to expand in your vision, and that's where you are right now. Also, it's warm. It's becoming increasingly warm.
Brenly's just really tired of falling already, so she's just kind of like got her arms crossed, is like ready for it to end.
Okay. You're so over this.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with falling. I'm over falling.
Okay, giant sparrows. This one is pretty sure that the prone ranger is a tasty snack, and so is going to attempt to grab him.
No, not a snack.
Well, you didn't do a very good job of convincing it that last turn, so...
Apparently.
Oppose strength, please?
Certainly.
You are so strong. You got this. You.
Ha! You actually do. Okay. So the sparrow flies down, grabs at you with its talons, but you manage to, kick it off of you in such a fashion that it cannot get a hold of you. So instead it will simply scratch you for some damage. And so you take 9 points of talon scratching damage.
Ouch. Gotcha.
And the sparrow is now over here. These two sparrows seem to have just completely taken each other out of the fight. And this sparrow is... Oh, God. Yeah, he's going for leech.
That's not okay.
Well, you don't get to have those opinions right now.
Well, Cubit has that opinion.
Okay.
Brenly is unaware.
Ooh, okay. But fails to connect with him. Leech notices quickly enough, apparently, and is able to, flop down at just the right time that the sparrow flies past. Okay. That is the sparrows go. The toads. Honest to God, the toads don't really have any hassle with you. They're toads, and they're doing toad things. And so, after one of them was thrown at another one of them, they've all decided to start hopping away.
They're not super into that.
No,
Rick.
they're not evil. They're just toads that are really big. Brick.
Months later.
Well, it's not his turn. Glory, what are you doing? Oh yeah, the two toads, Glory, that you scared are gone, and we will certainly never see them again ever.
Good.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
believe you not at all.
That's
Completely.
a smart choice.
You failed your bluff check.
Definitely did. Roll insight on the DM. Can I run up to Ellswick? Is he like completely over the fountain? Can I grab him?
Ellswick is about 10 feet in the air and about like roughly well, that's what, a full square, so about 5 to 6 feet away from the edge of the fountain. So you could potentially grab him, but it would require another athletics check and a it'd be athletics to get there, and then crap, I don't know what it would be after that. I think it would be an unarmed attack to try to grab him.
Can I run right here, take out my rope, and try to lasso him?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is, I believe, a survival check, is rope use.
Yay, I'm proficient!
Please!
It's fine!
It's either that or athletics. A 4 is not going to do it regardless. So you try to throw the lasso, and then you realize, oh my god, I've never thrown a lasso before, and the lasso falls flat.
Pull it back and get ready to try again.
Okay.
Please stop floating it away! Come back!
Please do not do what you're doing.
Ellswick, by the way, seems entirely paralyzed.
That's not good. You mean he's not like, Miss Gloria, I don't feel so good.
No, if there were a scene like that, you think it probably happened slightly before you got here. Leech doesn't know what the hell to do at all, and so has readied a stone in his sling, and is holding a torch in the other hand, which you happen to know Leech can see in the dark. So why exactly he's got a torch, you're not sure.
No. Okay, Moogs knows that. Glory does not.
And then Brick. Actually, Brick will look at Glory, and he'll. What do I do? What?
Can Brick reach elsewhere?
I don't know. I will try. Brick will attempt to reach Ellswick, and he gets really close. He's like just if this is Ellswick's foot, he's like, eh.
That's almost worse.
Yeah.
Help! That's Brick.
Okay.
Finn.
I'm going to man. Alright, I'm gonna come over.
First you stand up.
Fountain.
Use half your move to stand up from prone.
Oh, so okay. In that case, I can't get there. So 1, 2, 3 is what I got. I'm going to fire at the sparrow with my longbow
Okay.
because I can't take many more of those attacks.
Give me an attack roll. Okay. Give me some damage.
I wish my attack had a +8.
All right. You have Jesus. Hang on
Me
here.
too.
You have successfully convinced the sparrow that you are not worth eating, and it leaves in search of something else. And again, we will certainly never see that sparrow ever again.
Never.
So
I'm gonna yell at the last one. You should follow your friend or meet the same fate.
get a peck, get a peck, get a peck, get a peck. Brenley.
That's me. I'm warm, and I see a familiar blue light.
Brenly, you should use this time to think about how you got here.
I fell.
Why do you resist me? You don't even know me.
I literally just fell in a hole. I know exactly how I got here.
But I was so pragmatic. I love her.
And I would very much like to be out of here. Please and thank you.
Your falling will end soon.
Excellent. Is it soon yet?
Yeah, actually. So you end up falling towards the bottom of the ravine, and at the bottom of the ravine, you definitely feel yourself slowing, but maybe not as much as you would like. And so you will take /roll. It's going to be 66. You're going to take a fireball's worth of damage. Wow.
Woof.
Sorry.
You're still alive?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, except
Okay.
I said a fireball and I rolled not quite enough. Okay. No. Nope. Ignore that last bit. Okay, so that bit. So 19 plus 8 is how much damage you take.
Thanks.
You should be able to handle that.
I mean, not happily, but I can.
Yeah, you're pretty tough.
Yeah, but it hurts.
Well, yeah, you fell like 300 feet. You should be a paste. You should be what you usually turn goblins into. So
I do the pasting.
He's right.
you... Hang on. Okay, so ignore the fact that there are other people here. I'm actually deleting their pawns. So we're in 2 locations, which is something I typically don't like to do. But as it stands, that is just what we're going to have to work with. And so... hang on one sec. Just making sure that I grab the right one. Yep. Okay. Let me just double check OBS, make sure I haven't blocked anything. No, I have not. Oh, wait, yes I have. I'm covering half of Brenly's face. There we go. Huh. Okay. So, you're here with an oversized wraith.
Okay.
So you fall, and your fall is cushioned somewhat. Clearly by some sort of magical spell, but not as cushioned as you certainly would have wished it were. And in picking yourself up, you realize that you are, well, eye to kneecap with an immensely large humanoid-shaped ghost. And it is... If it could stand with its hand on its hips, frowning at you in a disapproving manner, like a disappointed parent, that's what it's doing right now.
That's spooky.
And that is your turn.
Okay.
And so, let me just... I just realized that I hadn't actually pulled the player tab over. So this is where you are. Okay?
Oh,
Okay.
wow, hello.
I was looking at the stream. I'm like, oh, that's where they are. Okay.
Yeah. And so now I need to pull the player tab back over, so hang on one sec. Let me just... I'm not used to swapping maps quite this quickly, so... okay. So, back to the rest of the peeps. Giant sparrows are all leaving, and giant toads are all leaving, and I'm actually going to... Boom. Boom.
Okay, we'll lasso one later.
Boom.
Good, I want to ride one.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen to those toads and sparrows when they go off into the rest of the magical lands surrounding you, right? That's when
They definitely won't damage the ecosystem at all.
No, when good toads turn bad, it's going to be great. You're going to come back, and they're all going to have mohawks and like depressing tattoos, and it'll be awesome.
It doesn't mean they went bad.
3 of them will be smoking cloves for no good reason.
Okay, that's...
Toads and cloves.
Glory, I accidentally just like moved past you on the thing here, but it is your turn.
I would like to try lassoing our good mayor again, please. And is that still survival or athletics?
So I'm actually going to consult the good book as I knock things off the table. But this is the kind of thing that actually is good to know. I feel confident in my choice of survival, but I'm basing that off of knowledge of prior editions. And they've never known quite where they want rope shit to go. Under just ability check. PQR, just to see if rope is listed somewhere different way. It is not. Okay, so ability check, which is pretty early in the book. And see, and so stream, I do apologize. I know that this sort of thing is not super interesting necessarily, but at the same time, this is the sort of thing that A, just has to happen sometimes in D&D, and B, I try generally as a DM, if I don't know something and I genuinely, like, I want to get it right and I'm not sure, I'm more willing than not to look it up. Rather than just like make some shit up on the spot and have it potentially totally screw everything up. Typically I try to look things up ahead of time, but for some reason it hadn't occurred to me that Glory might try to be a cowboy all of a sudden.
It gave me time to make a lasso out of a shoelace, so we're good.
Where I'm betting it is.
Get him.
Okay.
As a Texan, if I tried to do the lasso, would I roll with advantage? I feel like I'd be proficient in lassoing.
If you were playing yourself. By the way, not all Texans are just naturally born with the capacity for handling cattle.
False.
Are you?
I don't think the ones on the eastern side
Are you Texan born?
Is proficient. I don't think the Gulf Texans are nearly as proficient with rope as the West Texans are.
Ooh. Someone's getting called
Wow.
out.
Having lived in Houston for 3 years.
No, he's right, though.
Well, there is a Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was a kid in Phoenix, I remember we went to, it was like a Western-themed, I don't know, like, theme park thing called Rawhide. I don't know if that's a thing that exists anymore, but...
Sounds awful.
Actually, it was much cooler than you would expect it to be. While I know that all of the supposed gunplay was very, very fake, the Annie Oakley actress definitely, like, patted me on the head at the end, and that was cool.
Aww.
Untrained dex check according to chat.
Thanks, Rock.
Yep.
Bonus plus D20.
Yep, that's what it's looking like, because it's like you're trying to throw a thing, but it's not actually... It is so weird, though. Like, why would they not count rope? Like, why wouldn't they... Like, people always are doing crap with rope. And everyone's seen Boondock Saints. And if you haven't, you should.
I haven't.
I
haven't.
If you want to see, like, 90s era machismo at its finest, it's definitely worth it.
It's aged pretty well, I think.
I disagree. I
It
don't.
aged better than Pulp Fiction.
That's true, but Throck might fight you on that.
Well, he's not here.
Okay.
I'm a baby. I haven't seen either of those.
That's fine. You're not missing a lot. So D20 plus 0. Cool.
Yep.
Ooh.
You managed to get it around his left hand. It's around his wrist. And you tighten.
Okay. And I will say to Brick, help me pull him.
Oh, okay.
Gently, 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 gently.
Oh, okay.
So that's...
And Brick is attempting to pull. Leech attempts to... Oh, jeez. What would Leech try to do? Leech climbs up on Brick. And then starts climbing up on the rope. And then I have to kill what I'm pretty sure was a spider and is now a streak. And then... Yep, that's Leech and Brick. Finn, what are you doing?
So there's no threats?
Hello, Shogun. No, there are no immediate threats aside from the fact that Ellswick is being pulled into a beam of light and a deep, nasty, awful, low voice has accepted his sacrifice.
You took care of the birds. The frogs ain't no thing.
I'm going to come over and try to help them with the rope.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to help get a hold of the rope with Brick.
Okay,
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
I shall.
I'll just say, oh, hello, Finn. Where is Bran?
Oh, good to see you, Glory. Nice throw.
Second time.
What's up, Shogun?
Sorry. Finn, did you hear Glory just then?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Like, Finn, good to see you. Where's Bran?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I haven't seen her. I thought she was with you.
She was...
Tug, tug, tug.
Shit! Just keep pulling.
So we're pulling. I'm 19.
Getting that boy down. And then we'll solve the other fire.
Okay. Brenly.
Hey, that's me.
Hey, that is you.
You just fight as the devil. That's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm fine, guys. And he's very disapproving.
How do you feel about slavery?
I'm very against it. I don't like it at all.
How do you feel about fascism?
What's that?
How do you feel about a king or ruler who takes advantage of his people, lives high while they die in the mud and dirt, and when they try to make a better life for themselves, crushes them under his boot heel?
That makes me pretty mad, and I feel like I want to maybe make some king paste.
Then perhaps you have just the smallest inkling of how I feel.
Did you fall down here too?
I was placed here
By gravity?
by your emperor's lineage.
What'd you do to him?
try to be free. You have the spirit of my people. A fighting spirit.
Okay, but right now I would like to be back out of the whole spirit. There were some giant frogs up there, and I think I could probably ride one. They were that big.
If you want out, convince me that you believe your emperor is good and just.
Does Brenly believe that?
That's up to Brenly to decide. It's not her turn anymore. So,
Okay,
moving
cool.
on.
Thanks. Good. I need time to think about that.
Boop. Sparrows are gone, so actually I will junk them, and the toads are gone. Ellswick, you can feel tugging. He would have moved, but hasn't gotten there yet. Thanks, Shogun! And, oh wow, sorry, I missed the bits. Thank you for the shout! So... yeah, he's tugging against the rope, and like most of his body is continuing to move forward. Now both of his feet are in, his other arm is in, like he is at a slant now. You're holding a kite or a balloon, basically, and the arm that you have lassoed is now just part of the string holding him back. He is insensate. He is not responding to stimuli whatsoever. What do you do?
I kind of look up to the other two. What are you doing? Pull! Pull! I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Would you like to take a moment? I'll give you a second if you guys all want to take a look at like your sheets and your skills and just kind of think through like what some other possible actions would be. I'm not saying there is a right one, but if you're at a complete loss, I will give you a moment to try to work your way through it a little.
Oh, rather, Glory doesn't know what's going on. The four, I guess, finger things holding onto the fountain. What do they look like they're made out of?
Gold-plated claw or talon.
Cool.
Like, they have a level of detail that is higher than what a simple sculpture ought to have.
While still holding onto the rope, can I tell Brick to smash it?
Yes.
And I say to Finn, maybe if we break this fountain, the whatever's holding onto Elsa will let go.
Okay. Brick smash?
Brick smash, please.
Yay! I'll smash. Okay. So
This feels so wrong smashing without Bren here.
no. So that will be on Brick's go. Leech finishes climbing up the rope to Ellswick, and is attempting to cast some kind of spell that requires him to touch Ellswick. If you want to make a roll to try to figure out what it is, you can.
Is that Arcana?
Yeah, or I'd give you religion.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay. He is attempting to cast restoration. Lesser restoration. Yeah.
Right. Paralysis.
So he casts lesser restoration, and Ellswick sort of very slowly turns his head back to Leech and says, I want this for my people. And that is Leech's turn. Leech, by the way, for what it's worth, is standing on the rope and Ellswick's arm, like he's sort of in between. And is sort of holding on and trying to tap him.
He's quite nimble.
Brick lets go of the rope, and now Finn and Glory, I'm going to need the both of you to make strength checks. Because you didn't realize how hard he was holding on.
Over.
The both of you are lifted slightly off your feet. Only about, like you're on your tippy toes, right? You're not pulled totally off, but there's definitely, like, you notice, oh god. Finn, what would you like to do? Finn, can you hear me? Oh, damn. We can't hear you again.
You're doing so well.
How does it do that?
I don't know. We're starting a fund. We're going to fix this problem. Yep. We'll see in a moment. And now our cameras are all scurry. Ah!
No feedback.
I know, but I had an opportunity to scream.
Yep.
Yes, you're fine
You're
now.
I hear you.
Okay, so what do you...
Did Brick try to smash the fountain?
He let go of the rope.
Oh yeah, no, I totally forgot to mention. So Brick does attempt to smash the fountain.
Okay.
And
Letting go of the rope is an action?
yeah, well, no, right, exactly. That's what I forgot to make mention. So Brick does attempt to smash the fountain. 1d20 plus 6. Boom. He successfully hits the fountain. And he does 15 damage to the fountain with his fist. And the claw that was holding the fountain there wiggles. It like moves slightly and recoils almost from the pain. Like, so the talon part, like the claw, the nail part of the talon is still holding on, but the rest of it, the fingery part, has actually moved and pulled back a bit. There is not a leak in the fountain, Throck.
A lich.
Well, right, so what he's referencing, although he's spelled lich with a T, so it kills the joke, but there is a joke that circulates every so often, told best by an old friend of ours, about a kid who found himself running a D&D game at a con with a pre-made game, and the adventurers encounter a fountain in the center of town, and the kid says there is a leak in the fountain, and so the paladin says, okay, I attempt to plug it with my finger, and the kid rolls a bunch of dice and says, okay, a fireball hits you and you're dead. And the player of the paladin gets really upset about this and grabs the adventure from the kid and reads and says, it's a lich! There was a lich in the fountain. That's like the shortened version of that.
A leak. I like that.
Yeah.
There's a leak in the fountain.
Yes.
Awesome.
I plug it with my finger.
It'd be more like...
Okay, so Finn... So, right, so what are you doing?
I'm gonna yell at Thalion, grab the rope, Thalion, to get him on the end of the rope.
Okay.
Man, I just don't know what else to do. Why do you want this, Lord Ellswick? I'm gonna keep pulling on the rope, because if I let it go, then you lose him.
Okay. Thalion's response to you is, "Whoop!" And he grabs on the rope and is trying to pull.
Good boy.
Brenly.
Oh, that's me.
So we go to our other scene.
Okay, so he had just posed a question or
Yeah.
a stipulation that if I want to leave, I have to prove that I believe that my emperor is good. So I think Brenly would like kind of sit down cross-legged across her arms and like think for a second. Everything I've seen in my life has been the nobility looking out for the people below them. You telling me that that has not been your experience does not shake my beliefs.
So because you have seen it, you do not believe it to happen.
I have to see it to believe it.
Okay. I will open your eyes.
And you find yourself on a battlefield. It is noon. Sun is high in the sky. It is clear. It is somewhat chilled, as it is clearly towards autumn. The battlefield is lined with trees whose leaves are turning brown and falling off. And you see a castle. It is standard brown granite castle, parapets, drawbridge. There are banners, which are stylized. Sorry, my brain just stopped. Stylized, I believe I said chrysanthemum. In red on a field of black. And there are archers in the parapets firing down at a frankly absurdly large army of foot soldiers, cavalry, pikemen that are laying siege to it down below. Ballistas are being moved towards the front. Catapults are being moved towards the front. Various line sergeants and captains and generals are ordering, appropriately sized groups of soldiers from point A to point B. And you can see, as you're sort of disembodied floating over this field of battle, there is an emperor who I'd like for you to make, well, I say emperor. There is a person who is leading the group, and I've already said the word emperor, so there it is. But I want you to make a perception check real fast. Okay, good. That dude's face is on your money. And
I know him.
Yes, you do. And you see him conferring with various advisors. And his orders are... sorry, allow me to... I'm getting a little ahead of myself. He's conferring with his advisors. And you sort of slowly fall towards him in your path, and you hone in on part of the conversation. And you can hear his advisor saying, "But sir, there are women and children in there. These are mostly peasants who've simply taken up arms to defend this, 10, 20, 30-mile piece of land? Surely you can afford to simply wait or starve them out or offer them some kind of punishment, slavery even." The ruler's response is, "Never! They will taste my boot heel, or they will taste nothing at all. They have rebelled against my sovereignty, and they shall know the consequence. They, their children, their children's children, and all lines to come. We shall erase them from this earth, and we shall provide only a memory of what happens to those who cross my path. So, you have a
In
turn.
that like vision or whatever, Brenly probably would have like tried to take a fake swing at him.
Okay. You realize you don't have arms at the moment.
It's the worst. I hate that.
I hate when that happens.
Glory, where you are, you now hear
Brenly is with me. Ellswick soon will be. Let him go. We have a deal.
it's your turn.
I'm gonna yell back, no! And can I use detect magic to try to figure out what the fountain is? Like what
Sure.
thing?
Yes.
So I'll cast that.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, and you realize that you are surrounded by magic. The clouds are magic. The beam of light is magic. The fountain is magic. Each individual talon radiates its own kind of magic. There are even specks of magic in the air, and off in the distance you can see one of the sparrows, and it is magic. As far as schools are concerned, primarily evocation and enchantment are floating around. There may be some abjuration as well, but mostly evocation and enchantment.
Enchantment.
Enchantment. By the way, before we even get to your turn, Finn, can you try to talk? Yeah, that's what I thought. You went dead again. So in between now and your turn, if you could... Yeah, I know. Cupid, are you... Your camera went, like, black and white. It's weird.
Did I?
Is that what anyone else sees?
She looks fine, man.
Okay, then maybe it's just me.
I mean, I am wearing black and white, and I'm very pasty.
And in a white room.
I think it might
but-
be a lighting thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fine. That's fine. Everything is fine.
Like, is this? No, that's not very colorful.
No.
Is that red?
There.
Yes,
Yes.
that is red. Okay.
I think I'm just.
Sorry. Okay, so while we are helping this all to occur, so there's all sorts of magic all around you. What would you like to do with that knowledge, or in general?
That's pretty much my turn, isn't it? So I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of magic. Holy shit.
Well, like, you still have a move action, and I'd
Okay.
be willing to allow you to do some other small thing, perhaps, depending on what you're considering.
I'm gonna just scream back at the voice, where is Bren? Because Glora's pretty concerned where she is right now.
Below.
Bill.
That's the response you
You
get.
guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Okay. So that is Glory's turn. Leech. Leech isn't sure what to do. Leech looks back at you, Glory, and he says, "Should I be a hero?"
Why do I have to decide? I'll look back and I'll say, Leech, you are a hero.
A small single tear falls down Leech's cheek. And he says, "You're right! I am! Geronimo!" And he jumps up over Elswick's head. And he jumps into the beam of light.
No, not like that!
Glory, what have you done?
And then he disappears.
No. Maybe he'll jump down to the hell with you.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
Brick. Brick is still smashing the Talon. Smash.
Good boy.
Smash. Smash. He realizes that it's actually faster to just try to grab one of the Talons and pull. So he does. He's wrestling with one of the Talons. And he has pulled a Talon free. As he pulls it, you hear a creaking of metal bending that should not be bending. It's almost screaming. And then you hear what is undeniably the celery crack noise of bones snapping as he pulls the Talon all the way backwards, and it stops moving.
Here for all this.
That is what
Good
you
boy,
hear
Nick.
as he pulls
Keep doing that.
a Talon off.
I'm not gonna hear that in my sleep all night.
Right.
I'm just picturing the ow, that would really hurt. Ow.
R.I.P. those with headphones, sorry. Finn.
It's okay, it's really cool.
Man. So hard to decide. Is Elswick still being pulled?
He seems to have stalled out a bit. Like, you still gotta hold the rope. He's not going anywhere further, though.
Well, I feel like since Balian has joined in pulling, I can let go of the rope.
No, well, yes. Yeah,
He's a big dog.
give me a
That's
wisdom check, Ranger.
That's wise.
Ah, frickin' roll.
Super wise.
Seems like a totally fine idea to me. To you.
Great. Glory. I think harming
What?
the Talons might be the way out of this.
Yes.
I want to shoot one of the Talons.
Shoot, bend. I don't care. Please hurry.
Hold the rope.
Oh, wait,
Well,
I'm wearing
that's
gloves.
a
I'm not gonna get rope burned, right?
Nope.
And I'm gonna.
Yes. And even if you
Hey,
were
Greg.
going to get rope burned, how much would you care?
And I'm gonna fire at. I think we'll try a different Talon, same side of the fountain
Okay.
as the one Brick was wrenching on.
You hit it. They're not hard to hit. Give me damage.
Okay.
Please let 12 hit a stationary object.
The fact that you're doing piercing damage is actually not bad for you. The Talon recoils a bit in pain, similar to when Brick smashed the other one the first time. Do you do anything else? No, because you.
Do I have a bonus action?
Well, that's up to you. Like, different classes and features give bonus actions for different things. I don't know if you have one or not.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Brenley.
Hey, that's me.
Sorry, is anyone else hearing that whining noise?
Not here.
No.
Okay. All right. Whatever it is seems to have gone. Let's see. Was it coming from my... Nope, I have no idea. Okay. Sorry, it sounded like a mechanical whirring whine. And I was worried that my AC unit was dying. Okay. So you're flying over the battlefield, and you've had this little vision of that person. Now, bear in mind, the person on your money is not the person who is currently in charge.
Right, that's right.
There's thank you, Throck. There's a lot of quite a lot of generations in between this person and who is currently in charge of things. Otter explosion. So welcome party mod is sort of explaining the basis. He's got it right, but feel free to ask specific questions and we can give you a bit more of a rundown or a recap after. The basic version right now is that these guys are currently split. They're fighting for the lives of the townspeople, the town itself, and specifically at the moment their mayor, who's being pulled into a gigantic beam of light by an undead, fairly powerful being that is currently trying to bargain with Brenly. That's the really short version at the moment. Okay. Character intro. Cubit is a human fighter. Glory Moogs is a tiefling paladin. And Findalar is an elven ranger.
See?
Okay, so you've been given this vision, and then as you're visioning, he allows it to fade a bit, and you are back in your own body.
What say you of your emperor now?
First point, that's not my emperor. And I kind of wanted to slug him, but you didn't give me arms, so I couldn't.
It was only a memory, but your reaction is exactly what ours was. Would you like to see what mine was doing?
I mean, sure.
You're getting the impression that while he is talking to you and he is involved in the conversation, that either you don't have his full attention or that this feels practiced to some degree. This feels like a conversation he's probably had before.
Sly dog, you got me monologuing again.
What I'd really like is to be back up there with my friends.
Me too.
Because I'm not sure what's going on and I'm worried.
So you find yourself... sorry. You find yourself now inside a room in the castle. You know that it's the same castle because you can see pennants hanging from the walls with the same crest of the chrysanthemum in red on a field of black. And there is a young man, light brown hair, green eyes, a human, who by any conventional scale is quite handsome, who is speaking with... We just lost Cubit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what to do. Hi, Castle MacRaven!
Hi.
I guess we have to wait a moment for Cubit. Cuban, are you back?
Ish. You.
Hello.
Hi.
Now mine
Can
crashed.
hear you.
Got
Okay.
as far as that the guy was very handsome.
Yes. So
Which is the important part.
on our scale, by the way, he's a Chris Evans,
Oh.
not a Hemsworth, but
Nice.
an Evans.
Mm.
So he is speaking though with he is wearing silvered full plate and is speaking with other people in slightly less fancy looking but still quite functional plate armor. It says, "All right, they think they have us surrounded, and well, I suppose they do. But we'll get the women and children out. Take them out the tunnel in the back. You, McCain, you're going to lead that part of the expedition. The rest of us will stay here, fend them off as long as we possibly can, and then attempt to sue for surrender, some kind of deal. Typically in these sorts of situations, they try to, we'll probably be in slavery." And then one of the other people shouts out, "I would rather die than kneel." It says, "As would I, brother. But it's not just us. Think of the children." And then someone else pipes up, "The children know. Everyone knows. The Emperor must be stopped. We fight for freedom." He says, "Fine then. We know what you're asking. Who's with me? We all fight today for not just our lives, but our land and our freedom." And they all cheer. And I want you to give me an insight check.
Oh no, that's wisdom. Oof. Oh.
Oh no.
On the one hand, this is hitting all the right notes, right? On the other hand, this feels a bit staged. These people aren't,
Fake.
yeah, these people aren't talking the way people talk, and you realize that despite the fact that this is supposed to be like an embattled castle where lots of things have been happening, like, no one around here seems to have suffered in any way. Everyone seems well fed and perfectly aware and calm. No one has any injuries whatsoever. Everything is chill. So yeah, so that's what you've got there. Okay. Now then, I will give you one more turn. You're gonna think about what you've done.
I'm in hell timeout.
Glory.
That's what you get for rolling poorly in decks.
Apparently.
Still holding on to the rope. There's not much. Well, can I like swivel around to the side and like try to just kick at the talon to my right?
Totally can.
Yes. Cool.
Give me a strength check.
Okay. Cool.
You accidentally let go of the rope briefly, and like as you're kind of moving, like you just accidentally like let go of it a little bit, and then you realize that when you let go of it, the rope actually goes limp.
Oh.
Ellswick is not moving.
Okay.
You can't pull him, but he's not going anywhere.
Cool. In that case, I will just. All right, whatever. Take out the warhammer and swing two-handed at that same talon right there. Right. That.
Okay. Just roll damage. If it's easier to put up an attack and then roll the damage, that's fine, but you're going to hit it.
Would I hit with a 1?
I'm going to say you do anyway, because I already said
Okay.
you did, so I'm not going to harm you for that. Okay, so you smash at it, and some of the plating dents in a bit, and the talon further pulls away.
Because I'm assuming that since I have cast detect magic, that the wrathful strike would have then dropped by now. So
Is it a concentration?
Yeah.
Then no. Is detect magic concentration?
no, I don't think so.
Then you haven't lost it yet, and you haven't taken any damage.
Oh,
It just says the next time you hit. I didn't see if there was a duration on it. I can scroll up if you like. Okay. During the spell's duration... But then it doesn't say what the duration is.
because I didn't put it in there for some reason.
Ah.
A minute. So
Then you're fine. It has not been a minute.
Okay.
It's been maybe 15, 16 seconds.
yay. That's 26. R, not T. So 7 bludgeoning and 2 psychic damage.
Okay. The psychic damage actually seems to really hurt it. And
Nice.
so, like, you can tell that when you smash it, that dents it and squishes it a bit. But then the sort of, like, radiating sensation of psychic trauma that you know you're causing hurts it more than it normally would. And that talon is now pulled off entirely.
Oh wait, detect magic is concentration.
Well, fuck it. We already said it. Now we know.
Okay.
And next time... I'm not going to retcon a retcon after a retcon. So
Thank you, Otter.
now we know. And thank you,
The
Otter.
more we know.
My understanding of the way rituals work, Otter, and it's possible that I'm wrong, and I'm always willing to be proven wrong, is that just because a spell is cast with the has the ritual tag simply means that it can be cast as a ritual for someone who has ritual magic, but that if it's on their regular spell list, they can cast it as per a regular spell without the ritual thing, right? That's only if they're a ritual caster.
I've actually looked at that too, and there's nothing that says that paladins can cast spells as a ritual. Otherwise, I definitely would.
Right, yeah.
But
No, paladins don't get to cast rituals. That's primarily druids and wizards and a couple of other things. And I think there's also a way that you can take it like with a feat that can allow you to do it. But ritual casting is like a way of expanding your prepared spells or your spell slots by allowing you to cast additional spells just by taking a long period of time to do it. So it allows you to cast primarily like utility spells outside of combat if you just take a long enough time to do so without having to sacrifice spell slots that would otherwise be used for fireballs. But it only counts if you're... it only counts if you have the ritual caster thing. And if you're casting a spell that has the ritual tag, then it just goes... Yeah, exactly. Okay. So...
yeah, I do not meet the prerequisites to take the ritual caster feat.
That is okay. So you have pulled off one more talon. Leech is gone. And Brick has moved over to another talon and is wrestling with that. And he's grabbed the talon, but he seems to be having some trouble pulling it off of the fountain.
Boy.
Finn
Yep.
What would you like
We
to
can
do?
hear him.
I want to use that same talent again, and I think I was working on this one
Well, the talent that
right there.
okay, the talent you were originally working on has been dealt with, but if you want to shift over to that talent, that's fine.
Yeah, I want to hit a talent that has not yet released.
There
My
are
thing.
there are only 2 left.
Fire my longbow at one.
Okay, just give me the damage.
Yeah. Be good.
All right. Yeah. So you loose an arrow, and it is now sticking at the side of that talon. It pierced through the plating, and the talon it has begun to slip off. Anything else?
No, that's what I got.
Okay, Brenly.
Back into the liar's den.
Yes.
I don't like liars.
So, you find yourself with your body again. You're staring at the guy.
The liar guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was fake.
It was real enough.
No, there's no such thing. Either it's real or it's fake, and that was fake.
I love Bren so much.
It was real to the spirit of the moment.
No, that's not how any of this works. You're trying to convince me to believe what you believe, and I said I have to see it to believe it. So you're showing me fake things? I don't believe any of it now.
Fine.
Can I go up?
Stay here forever.
No, you said if I convince you that I believe my emperor is good, which I still do, then you'd let me go.
And as you correctly found, I lie.
That's just rude.
As he turns away from you, and he sort of like dismisses you, as he turns away from you, he doubles over in pain, which is weird, being that he's a ghost and doesn't have
Yeah.
like legs that you can see. And he is coughing and sputtering and is terrifically upset. And you then hear Brenly?
Leech?
Brenly, I think I'm in his mouth!
I like run over. I want to get him.
You can move your character.
Okay. Or wait, he's turned away from me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep. There you go. Give me a perception check. Okay. You can make out a sort of a faintly magically illuminated form of leech that is, while translucent, occupying the space that would probably be where this being's throat and mouth are. And the translucence is becoming increasingly opaque, as if Leech is beginning to fade into existence.
Okay. Can I try to or how tall is this thing? He said I came up to his knee actually, but he's doubled over.
When you were on the ground, you came up to so he's doubled over. You're standing at full height, but you're also kind of short, if I recall.
Yeah.
So you come up to about his navel.
Okay. So can I take my what's it called? ether touch
Sword.
longsword.
Mm-hmm.
I want it like still in its hilt, and I want to kind of like try to poke him out of there.
Don't like telling your cat, hey, get up, get out of there. No, get out.
Within the scabbard, it doesn't do anything. It passes right through this
Okay.
thing.
Well, like, cause I still want it like sheathed, but like, I wanted to use like the handle of the sword,
yeah, it.
like I'm holding the scabbard.
Okay. Yeah, without using the blade, the enchantment's effect is somewhat nullified, and it's just passing through.
Well, I don't want to stab him. Leech, can you jump out? I'll catch you.
Trying. Okay, that's that turn, and now we go back. You have 2 talons pulled and 2 talons partial, and it is Glory's turn.
I just want to say, I was giving you crap earlier, but I think Bren was actually the perfect person to fall off into that pit. He's like, you will convert. No.
Wow.
It's very complicated. No, that's a mask. Calculus is complicated.
You take all the
This
fun.
or it's that.
You take all the fun out of all my overwrought villainy.
So this talon is still up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
I would like to huffle over there. 25 and take a swing at that. Wait, no. Could I try to use like the hook part of the hammer to just pry the thing off?
you
Like,
can try.
brace myself against the edge with my
Yeah,
feet.
use it like a crowbar. Sure, make a strength
Yeah.
check. Okay. We're going to make an opposed roll. Wow. Yeah, you pry it off.
Thank you, new feet. That gave me +1 to strength.
Yeah, so it's like, here, I'm trying to, okay, so, where's my camera? There's my camera. So if this is like the thing and these are the claws, right, and you like pull it and it kind of falls free and it, not having eyes, is having a hard time finding its way back. Now, I will let you know that now you have this golden claw that is the size of a person with a talon about half of your body's length, sort of flailing free. Just to keep you informed of that.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
So that is Glory. Leech
And I'm
is...
gonna yell into the fountain. Go away, we don't want you here anymore. Just go, shoot.
Sorry. I wonder why more adventurers don't try that. Like, just leave. Just get out. Go away. Leech is nowhere to be found. Brick finally pulls his talon just about free, but he's having trouble with some of the moorings. He's like managed to expose kind of the bottom part of it, but it's still holding on a little bit, and it's really giving him a tough time. Finn, it is your turn.
So, how many talons are still holding onto this thing?
Just the one that Brick is struggling with.
All right, I'll go over there to wherever it is. Which one is it?
The one that he is next to. Up, north. Yep.
There's Brick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And strength check to try and help him. Pull it away.
Yes, although don't occupy the same square as other people. I moved
Right.
him. There we go. Alrighty.
We want you to go.
Oh, wow. That's not a bad strength check.
Oh, strong.
Oh. If I remember correctly, do you still have advantage? Or do you...
Yeah, you have blessed. You're blessed.
No, I did not.
No,
get
he didn't get blessed, but you do have...
Oh.
Do you still have inspiration?
I do, and if it's going to help me, I would like to use it.
Yes,
To
do
win
that.
This tie.
You don't even have to roll anything else because literally one more point is all you need. So
Right.
just by spending the inspiration, you pull the last claw up with a heave. Your wiry elvish muscles rippling under your leather jerkin. Yes, exactly. And the talon pulls away, and the fountain, the ring around the fountain, begins to unmoor and starts floating upwards at a fairly rapid pace. The Elswick, who previously was paralyzed and generally out of it, falls onto his back onto the ring that is floating upwards.
Dalian, pull him down with the rope, boy.
Yeah.
Thalion
Good
starts
boy.
running away and pulls Elswick off the thing. So Elswick falls at this point by about 10 feet down to the ground, and just kind of rolls in the dust and just sort of lies there like a sack of potatoes. But Thalion seems pleased with himself and is wagging his tail.
Good boy. Good boy.
Did we break Elswick's arm? Because we lost him right here. So.
Elswick wasn't in a position to scream, so you don't know yet.
Cool.
Pardon me? Friendly.
Don't tell Metzi.
It's fine. He's busy.
So Brenly.
I'm trying to get Leech out of this thing's throat. Don't you eat my good Healy boy.
Sorry. So Leech, because technically his turn is before yours,
Yes.
becomes almost entirely solid, but is still floating inside of this thing. And you can hear him, it's really cold in here. Flames of my God! And he just casts Crate Fire from inside the thing.
I love it so much.
And the... as Leech falls into your arms. And
I gotcha.
a molten, gaping hole in this thing's throat is just, like, burned into it.
That's what you get for trying to eat people.
Are you talking to Leech or the god?
The god. Leech is
Okay.
fine. Leech can eat people.
I mean...
And you blink out of existence for a moment, which is a really interesting sensation for you. And
Well,
boop, you still have your
that is
turn, by
cool.
the way. And so
Cool.
now you... Elswick is here. You and Leech find yourselves about 40 feet in the air in the middle of this column of light. Glory, Finn, you guys both see this. They just sort of pop into existence. And by the way, you heard the exact same gurgling, coughing, sputtering noises. You heard that, and you heard "go away."
When I hear "go away," it's like, "No, you go away!"
Yeah.
And then they just kind of pop, like,
Hey guys, Leech saved me.
Well, you're high up in the air right now, and you're about
I'll yell it.
You're getting
Save.
rapidly closer. So right now you're falling about half as fast as you would. But you
twice as fast as you want to be.
Yes, and you feel intensely cold, and I actually need you to make a Constitution save.
Brr. $14.
Okay. You are okay. You get the sensation, though, that you do not want to be in this column of light very much longer, but that if you are not in this column of light, you will fall quite a bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
But you think you could swim if you had to.
I could swim in it?
Yes.
I do that.
Where do you swim?
Down, straight down.
Okay. You move faster via magic swimming.
I doggy paddle.
Stand there watching. Disbelief.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh no, that didn't serve me very well last time. 25.
Wow.
Leech and I are synchronized swimming.
I was going to say, do you want to grab Leech as well? Because with a roll like that, you can.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I grab him.
So you grab Leech.
Synchronized magic doggy paddling.
It's
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my new favorite Olympic sport. Thank you. I invented it.
And you are able to reach roughly ground level this turn.
Okay. And then I pass Leech to Glory.
My hero.
I'll come over and help Bryn down.
Is the talon still, like, flailing
Make
around?
sure she comes down
The
on
talon
her feet.
is flailing, and so the fountain is now rising. And as it rises, the beam of light beneath it is gone. And so the fountain is rising into the air and sort of erasing the beam of light as it goes. And it's increasing in speed.
Are they on the ground yet? Brennan Leach?
Yes.
They're... Okay. Leach just be like, good Leach, thank you. You are a hero. You are the best hero. Thank you.
Glory,
And
it
I
is your
kind of-
turn.
Push Leech out of the way so that the talon doesn't hit him, and I will take a two-handed swing at the talon to make it stop. Stop that. I don't want...
Give me an attack roll.
I don't like that. Stop that.
You miss. It's moving around now.
Can I... Does that bless help with that?
Yes.
Yay! It's a 14 hit?
You hit.
Yeah!
For 9. Plus the 9 it had already taken. Now you're not doing any additional psychic. Okay. It's
No.
still up. But damaged.
Brick is like 2. He's an ogre, not an orc.
Oh, right, thanks.
Leech takes his...
He is my good flower child.
Yeah, Leech takes his turn to nuzzle Glory. He is a bit traumatized right now. He was inside of a ghost. Brick will run over and shout, "Smash the talon!" And we'll punch it, and we'll finish it off.
These two good boys.
All right. So, Finn, it's your turn. We don't have to be in rounds, but I'm going to keep us there for like one more rotation. The fountain is rapidly accelerating into the sky and taking the beam of magic with it. The clouds are clearing up. The hail has stopped. And Elswick is lying on his back, moaning and clutching his left arm.
I'll go over to Elswick.
When you get closer, give me a perception check.
Okay.
You can hear him sort of muttering over and over again. The
Lean in
power,
real close.
the freedom, the power to save us. Gone.
Elswick, I believe you were seduced by the evil wraith. Just be at peace, friend. I'll try to comfort him. Are you hurt in any way?
All over.
Can I
Kind of
perform a
broke his
medicine
left
check
arm.
to see if he's broken or damaged in any way?
Give me a medicine check. He's hurt. You're not exactly certain where.
Elswick, where do you hurt, friend? Relax, rest easy.
Elswick just sort of moans at this point. Brenley. What do you do?
I see. Okay. I would want to go comfort Leech, who looks really scared.
Okay. How do you do that?
I want to just place a hand on him and be like, "You saved me. You saved my life. You did a really good job."
All I did was fall.
Yeah, and then you blew a hole in his throat and made him let us go. I was stuck there for so long and I couldn't make him do that.
That's because you don't make fire out of your hands. I could show you.
That would be awesome.
Okay. But I need a nap and a snack.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have your really meaty bag on you? I think you deserve the meatiest bag.
He reaches into his squishiest, meatiest pouch, and he offers you something. It is meaty and squishy.
I accept it.
It's been aging in there for a couple of weeks. It's really good.
The best.
I don't have the purified food and drinks down right now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know what? You worked really hard. You deserve this.
Thanks. I want everyone to make a perception check.
I'm perceptive.
18.
Wiley and Cubit, I have a question for the two of you. How does gravity work?
Things stick to the ground.
Okay.
And things that are above the ground fall to the ground.
Okay.
And things that are on the ground do not fall up.
So
Okay.
is the ring coming back down?
Yeah.
What magic?
So the ring definitely went up until there was no more energy column beam thing, and now is screaming, hurtling towards your town. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab Elswick, and I'd like to move him away, but I'm not gonna panic and run into the abyss. But I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. Load because I'm dragging this guy.
Okay.
So I don't know how far you're going to let me go, but I'm going to grab him and pull him away from.
Uh,
Because I'm presuming that ring is going to come fairly straight back down.
Make a strength check, and depending on how you do, will determine whether or not we count it as half movement or full movement.
Very good.
He's largely dead weight. Yeah, not okay. So it's half movement. So you can move 3 because that's 15 feet.
Okay. And I'm going to yell a warning. Look out! The ring is falling back down, you all! You must move now!
Yeah, if I saw it coming down, I would just yell, "Move!" And I'd like grab Glory by the wrist and like just start running.
Okay.
She's not very descriptive, as we found out.
Everyone
I
take.
can't move Ellswick's token.
Oh, I can. That's fine. Ellswick is there.
I'm being grabbed and we're running.
Okay. Everyone, move your movement.
My movement has moved.
Brick moves.
A trackpad is not great.
Leech comes with him. Okay. The ring. Hang on one sec. Okay, I'm going to draw a crappy version right now. Just know that I will do something better for this before the next game. Ooh. Sorry, lightning outside. Need a better thing.
That shape that I drew is where I dropped my shield.
Okay.
Just keeping it consistent.
Okay. Oh no, not that one. How do I undo? Sorry. Okay. It actually comes down on the other side of the ravine, and where that circle is, it smashes into the city hall through the roof and just crushes that building.
Was anyone in there?
You don't know.
During our initial rush, I wanted to check. Okay.
You didn't have that kind of time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because we saw Mayor being dragged into the fountain. Right.
Is there anything I can see that we can lay across the abyss? The crack.
Well, now there are some planks that have blown free of the city hall that are on your side. But I actually want you all to give me one more perception check.
Roll.
I am outside.
I forgot to open my eyes. Everything's really dark.
For what it's worth, Ellswick may or may not still have 50 feet of hempen rope tied to his arm.
Oh, he does.
Are you going to throw Ellswick across and use him as an anchor to swing?
No!
Yes.
Wiley, was that 19? Was that you?
That is me, sir.
Oh, good. You
What do
know,
your elf eyes see?
well, in this case, it's what it was feet feel. The ground is shaking.
Oh.
I feel like I want to move us away from the abyss. So I'm going to tug. Can I take motion? Can I take movement?
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna pull my mare buddy to the north. Oh yeah. That's a 20. 30.
Yeah. Yep. You can move.
How many,
you can move it
squares
full.
do I get?
So 6.
We are back here.
Oh wait, I'm still drawing things. Crap.
You're cool.
Hang on.
I just want to get away from that cliff edge.
Yep. The ground. And I have to move into a different layer for this, so hopefully I do this correctly.
I nudge Bren like, "Good is it going? Should we go that way too?"
Whoa. Nice. All
What's
better.
happening?
No. It's okay. The 3 green things are still there.
Yeah, that's all that really matters.
That's all that really matters.
Which
I was worried the ring's gonna.
I don't know how to fix that because I just don't see those things that you're talking about.
Well, it's funny. It's okay.
Okay, so that again is the best I'm going to be able to do right now. As you guys are sitting there, the entire thank you, Otter. The entire ravine begins to close, until all that is left is this sort of crooked seam in the dirt. The village is now about 20 feet wider than it was before.
That's fine.
Well,
That's fine.
We've got some free real estate.
I was gonna say, yeah,
If anyone was inside the city hall.
that too. Yeah, we should run over there.
As you run over there, the game ends.
Oh,
So it is 8:42. We normally go 6 to 9. However, I do have to board a plane tomorrow, so I have to make sure that we are, in fact, actually done by 9.
good.
Well, that's how I get to Philadelphia, see.
True.
So that is our game for now. Sorry, Corsair.
But welcome
Only a-
back.
What you missed effectively was okay. I don't know what
Leech saved the day. The end.
We don't know where. Yeah,
I
actually.
don't know what the last thing you saw was, but the ground sealed up. The abyss closed itself, and there is now just a crooked seam running throughout the town. And the town itself has about 20 feet worth more of land
Who
through
said they're
this
not making more real
this whole
estate?
belt through the town.
Corsair knows it's actually important, so it's okay.
And so we will deal with the aftermath and the picking up and exactly what the hell Elswick was thinking. All of that will come next week. I will be out of town from today through through Saturday morning. Although, funny enough, I'll actually be back in time for Throck's game on Saturday. So
Okay.
I'll still be here for that. But yeah, that'll do it for us. So typically and particularly for anyone who's new to this game, we like to end with sort of going around with pluses and minuses from our session. It is mandatory. You have to have 1 plus and 1 minus. You can have more of either, but you have to have at least 1 of each. Minuses, we typically use them as just things that we would like to grow on. It's not like, man, that fucking sucked. I hate this. I'm never playing again. I'm taking my dice and I'm going home.
Or isn't that yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe the day I kill Leech.
I'll riot.
Yeah. Actually.
So let's go ahead and we'll start with Cubit.
Nice. So plus I really enjoy that while maybe this started as more of a basic campaign, like I never know what's coming. We had giant frogs, thanks Sticky Ricky. And I fell into a pit and I kinda liked that. So I'm really enjoying the world that we have and like watching everyone react to it. And I also appreciate that our DM was like, just take a second, look at your character sheets. What do you want to do? Because since we are new to the party, don't always know what we can or want to do. Negative. I don't know. I have a lot of fun. I don't really have one.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just like all of it. I even like that I fell into the pit.
And somehow exempt from the entire encounter.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I don't know how to have a negative.
I mean, for
How
what
did you
it's
take damage again?
I did. It's fine.
all right. Finn.
Hello. So, on a positive note, I like Bren's roleplay with the wraith down in the bottom of the rift. I felt like you were super true to character, Cubit. And I could tell you thought that through a little bit to make sure you stayed true to Brenly. So I thought that was really cool. I like that because I was racking my brain. I guess this is a negative because I couldn't come up with what to do about Elswick. And I like that we kind of got a little help from our NPCs, both with the Talons with Brick and then with the Wraith with Leech. I don't think we probably heard the last of this dude, Wraith guy thing, but for now the hole is sealed. It was weird not having Shakespeare here, so I'll be glad when our party is full again. And I like once again that this Moogs does what Moogs does, I do what I do, Ren, Cubit does what you do, and it's a rounded party. Everybody's got a piece of the action, everybody's got a thing they bring.
Yeah.
It's different, and I like that a lot. I also like that this world right now is making no sense to me. I think the plot thickened, but I'm not even sure of what to make of all that yet. And I'm trying to stay away from meta. Like, I don't think a lot about this between games, because he's an Outlander. This is 100% new. If he's not sitting in a tree somewhere, it's new.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to stay true to that and just kind of react as it comes in character. And that's really fun. It forces me to try to be super in character when the way I play him, the way I talk about him. Another negative is I'm still trying to figure out what kind of voice I want to give him. I feel like my voice is changing a little bit from session to session with him. So but that's just part of gaming.
For what it's worth,
Okay.
I do like what you're doing with it, and I like seeing you sort of explore the vocal space. I happen to really enjoy voices, and so I like hearing like I think you're starting to key in on something that allows you to be emotive without coming off as anything other than still your like slightly unfeeling alien Outlander guy, right? So like you're able to inject a little bit more emotion now into the things that you're saying without just being like, I am monotone and do not care because I do not know any of you people, right? Like, I think you're doing a good job
He's
of...
a robot, and he's
right.
starting to become fond of each of the characters in a different way, in a different time. I like that. Very cool.
Yeah, you haven't shot me in a long time.
Yeah, I like how Finn's voice is
Wow.
cool and collected.
Don't think that hasn't, it's still out there in my mind.
Oh.
I did want to say, so I typically try to keep the NPCs from being the ones who solve the problem. But in a situation where we're down a person, and then we were sort of down another person because the party was split, in a situation like that, rather than have you guys, flail infinitely, we do have these other two characters. And by the way, the solutions that they found were not actually the only ways out of that. There were a number of different ways that this whole encounter could have gone. And for example, it would have been entirely possible for you guys to complete the encounter without anyone coming face to face with that guy.
Yeah, if I didn't fall.
Thanks, guys.
For example, so that was one possibility, but that wasn't by any means a fixed thing that had to happen. So
Come on, guys, just jump 20 feet. What's up?
I'm sorry, Finn, say that again.
I like that we didn't have to hack and slash for a solution.
Right?
I didn't fire any arrows until the ogre showed me we needed to damage his talents.
You were
You know, we did a lot
provoking
of
the
thinking on
sparrows
this one.
and playing with them. I love it. You got rid of them though, which was great.
They went away.
Moogs, ups and downs.
Start
Or I'm sorry,
with
I
my-
said it wrong. Moogs.
Thank you.
All
I'll
right.
start with my negative first because it's really bothered me because, like you were saying, I struggled coming up with a solution to the fountain thing that was out of the box rather than what do we do? I don't know. And I was kind of thrust there in a position where like the NPCs are like, what do you do? I'm like, try breaking the thing. And breaking the thing actually worked. So
Yeah.
I struggle with it. I need to work on it, but I still had a lot of fun with how everything happened.
Good.
And again, for me, my plus for the session was just the best person possible falling into the pit. Like this, like he's getting all big and worldly, and she's like, "No, I want to get out of the hole, You may not leave, but I want to get out."
Yeah, Brenly does sort of the opposite of the improv yes and. It's very much a just no, I thought that actually worked surprisingly well. My overwrought dramatic villain had nothing really to play off of. It was just constantly like,
No.
but,
Can I go now?
yeah.
Can I
And
go
look
now?
at the end, he was like not paying attention, like, "Fine, go away." My other negative was that we didn't get a giant toad mount.
They're still out there.
Yeah, that was an adoption opportunity. They still may be out there.
True.
Go run them
Roll to
down
adopt.
in your off time.
Look, let's see what we caught for you.
I mean, Sticky Ricky will probably still try to lay claim to those things.
They are his.
Yeah.
Look what I brought for you.
He's gonna open a stable. Teenage entrepreneur. So ups and downs for me. Ups were all the roleplay, all of the characters trying to figure out what to do. Honestly, I thought that you all did very well staying in character, and trying to come up with solutions that were like within your character's mode of thinking. I thought the speak with animals with the sparrows was a bit of brilliance
I loved it.
on Finn's part, and suddenly put me in the role of having to figure out what sparrows think
A
about.
spare sound like.
Yeah.
Oh, you played that back nicely. Please set me down, bud.
I do want to say I think that the role playing this game, just by dint of falling, did primarily fall on Brenly's head. I do want to ask, how do we feel about voting Brenly for inspiration for this week?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So,
Absolutely.
Brenly, go ahead and mark an inspiration on your sheet.
Okay.
Well deserved.
No complaints there.
And then the other thing I wanted to make mention of is I believe, Finn, I know you still have a major advantage coming, and I'm aware of that. You don't get to interact with that. That'll be a thing that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Totally
forgot.
But I'm trying to remember if Cubit or Moogs, did either of you also have a major advantage? I know Metzi does, and I'm working on that one still.
No,
That's the
I've gotten-
cursed item, right?
Well, it's major advantage or whatever, like that
Mhm.
tier of thing is a thing, and you'll all see what it is when it gets there.
I do keep track when I am like mentioned when bits are given.
Okay.
So I've gotten the 500 bits level, and I have 2 of those I have not used,
Oh,
which I think is just
okay.
like
That's a crit.
a regular advantage. Or crit.
Yeah. Okay.
Stockpiling list. I think
But
I
I
used
do
all mine by now.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
will.
I just got to keep track of them all.
And I am writing mine as well.
Awesome.
I will say I'm a little sad I used my conquering presence on the toads that didn't do anything. Because if I still had that one use, I would have tried to do something really stupid and tried to use Channel Divinity Guided Strike. You can use your Channel Divinity to strike with supernatural accuracy. I would have tried to hit the ring way.
Ah.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I think it's better that you didn't try. I think the physics would have been against you on that.
Magic.
Well, that's true.
Supernatural accuracy, though.
I mean, you would hit it. I just don't know what would
How
happen
much
to you
force?
afterwards. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it,
And in what direction?
Away.
my negative for
Yeah.
this is our continuing technical issues. I've had enough people now, it seems, convince me that we should try Zoom. I don't like Zoom personally because I don't think that it offers the same quality of sound and video. But I'm hearing from multiple people that it is, in fact, an upgrade, simply if for no other reason than the fact that it uses fewer system resources. So I'm thinking that for next game we should give it a shot. The only thing that I need to figure out beforehand then is there a mobile version that Metzi can use? I believe there is. I'm pretty sure Zoom is supposed to be platform agnostic. So we'll take a look at that in between now and then. But that's the sort of the technical drawback for us, is that we need to determine if that's the case. If Zoom works...
Killing it with OBS, man.
Say again?
You're killing OBS. You haven't had any shizzle with that in a long time.
Yeah, OBS is becoming slightly easier for me. I mean, I'm not bad with technology. I personally don't adjust to new things as well as perhaps I ought to. Yeah.
I'm allergic to change. Makes me itchy.
I think you were just spelling it wrong, because before it was a real SOB. SOBS. Yeah, see what I did there. Humor.
But yeah, don't bring race into this.
Damn you.
Funny, it doesn't look elfish. So we'll get that going next time, I think. But otherwise, thank you guys out there for keeping up with us. Please do, if you have not yet followed Welcome Party RPG, if you like what you saw today, or if you think you might like what you could see in the future, please do give us a follow. We have, I think we have a game every single night of the week, or nearly every single night of the week.
Basically, yeah.
And sometimes twice in a day. So every single game has its own personality, its own crew of people. We also have a Discord channel that Throck consistently links to. In fact, it just showed up right there. So if you're not in the Discord, please feel free to hop into the Discord and converse and, get in on the ground floor of new games and stuff. We've got, for example, we've got a number of, sort of slightly more standard D&D fare. We also have a game right now that I'm super interested in that I haven't gotten a chance to really check out, but I plan on binging here shortly, that is based on the world of Magic the Gathering. I'm a longtime Magic player, so I think that game seems pretty sweet. And the prior episodes are up on our channel. We've got a game that seems to be a little bit more like Victorian Gaslight era, I believe, but I got to double check exactly all the details on that one, but that's Blades in the Dark. That's on Sundays. Throck can actually tell you more about that game. And I believe we also have Shadowrun going. We've had a number of different one-shots as well. We've just got a lot of sweet stuff going on this channel. And a lot of really great players and GMs kind of just pouring their heart into it. So if you like it, follow it, tell your friends. And otherwise, that's it. Thank you very much. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to raid somebody. Throck has not yet told me who we're going to raid. And so that means that I don't know who we're going to raid. I'm sort of trying to pause and give him a chance to tell me. Otherwise, anyone in the chat, if you guys want to suggest someone to go raid, we always like to spread the love to any other D&D or other role-playing type channels.
I think the Greyhawk channel is up tonight.
Oh, there we go. We're apparently going to be raiding Scraticus, which is
Ooh, that's fun.
very much the coolest name I've heard in a long time, at the very least. Thank you very much. And from new to the party, welcome to the party. Have a good night. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye. Thanks for hanging out.
We love you.
Pretty good heart.